bringing back the OG theme, yes please and thank you, and then transitioning into the electric guitar version for our new era? I personally think this is the best modified Star Wars title crawl to date. It's cute in its usage of threes, it sets up the entire world without an action-packed but incongruous prologue that shows us all the metahumans, jumps right over an origin story movie that we've already seen a dozen times, and sets up the stakes. Superman is the best, and yet our story starts with him losing his first battle. And our first image of the so-called unbreakable Man of Steel is injured, which my comic reader fans know is only uncommon on screen. He gets physically beaten and even Batman outsmarts him a few times. And since you know who's really behind the hammer of Baravia, you're not the least bit surprised or upset about it. Krypto is such a jerk. But he's also a good pupper.
No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. Merely automatons here to serve.
If you want a goofy robot to state obvious things, you either get Brent Spiner because you're making a Star Trek thing, or you cast Alan Tudyk for literally everything else. And we will never complain. Had no idea there was an Elijah Gemstone cameo in this. So these are like three-dimensional glitches. She turns her head in the glitch.
14 fractured bones.
It's amazing what happens to my ears when I'm watching for these videos, because Jude and I have watched this 4 or 5 times, and that's the first time I've very clearly heard Michael Rooker's voice. Good for you, James Gunn, always giving his friends a job.
Our poor Superman.
But I'd recognize Pom Clementieff's voice anywhere. And I love how this is portrayed, because of course it would hurt to have 14 bones fused back together.
Golly.
His first non-injured word, golly. Couldn't ask for a better choice.
What the hey, dude?
And he realizes we are not flesh and blood and couldn't, in our heart of hearts, care less whether he lives or dies.
I think James Gunn threw us a bit of a red herring here, and I love him for it, because this immediately made me think Krypto was gonna die, which immediately made me check doesthedogdie.com and immediately sigh in relief. Immediately. And for real, most dogs respond to and emulate their human's energy, which makes no sense for Krypto until we meet Supergirl.
The alien is on its way back.
Interesting choice of noun and pronoun, engineer. Absolutely loving the close-up on Supes and the speed we're seeing with how his flight is filmed. He just looks like he's having fun, which makes sense. Flying would be fun. I want to pretend like I was politely skeptical, but who am I kidding? The second we go from his chest to the logo to the title with the music, I started vibrating in my broken AMC recliner. No shade, AMC. It was the first time. Just fix it. Because right here, Jude goes, he can fly and he has laser eyes? No wonder he could beat Superman. The cut to inside the building with Eve and the quiet, it's so perfect that it's initially the symbol of peak indulgence and detachment in their protected office to later be revealed as an amazing weapon of resistance. Pff, you're still talking about lens flare? Gunn's 10 steps ahead doing full-on blown out by the sun character intros.
12C.
So obviously the implication here is that Lex knows Superman's style so well that if he were as strong as Supes, he could beat him, which will be interesting if we ever get a Luthor Unleashed storyline. Or maybe he'll don his war suit and man up tomorrow.
It's like he knows Superman's every move before he makes it.
He does. He's developed over 2,500 fight moves for any situation.
I really do like that Lex's workers are like just normal people. They really agree with his mission, even if it's endlessly dorky to simp this hard for a megalomaniac billionaire. Nicholas Hoult face notwithstanding. We're probably lucky our billionaires only think they're as pretty as Nux.
Feel the wrath of the hammer of Baravia.
It's me money.
I like that no one is really paying attention to the hammer because monologuing metahumans are old news.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that thing in Jarheim for Superman.
This makes this universe feel more connected to the real world. It's Superman. Superman! And you'd best believe if he was real, some guy would be complaining about Soup saving people. The brazenness of all this. First, the hammer barely leaves Metropolis. He just goes to the river, openly walks through a Luthor Corp camp, portals right to Lex's office, and then unmasks. It really shows you how much Lex knows he can get away with. He's still a giant, and yet his whole entire energy is different, not to mention the completely different hairstyle. I'm really into that.
Hey, Clark, congratulations on that front page.
W parents, Martha and Jonathan.
It's all there in my article.
I didn't actually have to make it through your writing, Clark.
Clark Kent is canonically a great writer, which would mean nothing to a competitive coworker like Lois. She plays the part well. Effortlessly and unachievably high-res Jimmy is my new favorite Jimmy.
22 people in the hospital, over 20 million in property damage. It does make you wonder.
Wonder what?
Wonder Woman, boom, misogyny solved.
We have no clue what his actual goal was here.
Was kicking Superman's ass.
Or he didn't completely kick Superman's ass.
Clark is so petty. Not at all a threat to have your just beat Superman weapon just casually manning the lights in your pitch meeting.
So we're gonna lock up all metahumans now.
I like that Flag is against the plan until it means he gets a shot at imprisoning that other guy, but no spoilers for that other thing.
Superman is popular. Less so every day, according to chatter online.
The delivery here is perfect. Lex knows what he's doing. It's such a stupid point to make, and yet it will work. It's like saying, some people say, or people have been telling me, all he really needs is to plant that seed of doubt. Honestly, Kal-El is a jerk. He could definitely hear her picking up the bat and chose to let her be scared.
3 months ago, we had our first date.
Ha! Continuing the increments of 3 thing from the opening.
You love breakfast.
Yeah, for breakfast. You love it for dinner.
It's called B4D, Lois, get on board.
If you keep interviewing yourself, eventually people are gonna figure it out.
But the glasses.
I like that they get this little nod in there before the reveal of what the glasses actually do.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
How about now?
The is pitch perfect. Also, anyone in a romantic relationship longer than 3 months would immediately have said no. I know a trap when I see one. Hey, Metamorpho's nemesis exists in this universe.
More serious than tearing up his back on a cactus.
Good
Yes, but the
baiting.
Baravian government maintains they're freeing the Jarhanporians from a tyrannical regime.
Yes, but you know that's very silly.
I like that we're getting a mix of real-world things so everyone gets some plausible deniability. I'm just saying that the mental image of Putin or Kim Jong-un against a cactus is also nourishing to the soul.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me and good. I don't know, doing good.
I enjoy that it's not clear what the ramifications of Soup's actions are or would be to him or even to us. It's simple to him. Stop people from killing other people. If Ozymandias is on one end of the spectrum, this Superman is on the opposite end. I love how Clark is constantly trying to escape this interview by walking around the room.
People were going to die!
And there it is. Gunn's been giving us his take on Superman, but this solidifies that it's still 100% Soup's.
You have to say off the record beforehand, not afterward.
Why are you being like this?
I agree, but also learn the rules, bruh. While it's fair to assume some lenience from your GF, you don't seem to know the rules.
What do you know about these biological parents of yours?
Just that they sent me here to serve humanity and to help the world to be a better place.
It's on the nose, but it's good that he's explicit about this because when your entire identity is formulated on a lie or a half-truth, you tend to spiral when it comes apart.
There are an awful lot of people out there maintaining you're here for more nefarious purposes. Hashtag super shit.
Honestly, Pooperman was right there. Hire me, Gunn. This again was something Jude noted. See, to me, I just assume Lex has some techie key, but Jude knew something was up. This is another one of those scenes where you can feel the R rating behind the mechanical destruction because it's hella gory, but not. Show off. I mean, really, that was the moment I realized there was nothing she couldn't become if it's easier to do a backflip and have your head come out of your butt rather than just turn around. That's a good dog. Nope. First hint that Eve isn't also the worst.
He's not a man. He's an it, a thing with a cocky grin and a stupid outfit that's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
The way that Lex can't deal with the fact that he's not the center of attention is so on point for our modern IRL villains. Jude's favorite character in the entire movie, possibly in any Superman movie ever. I think there's still some wonky physics going on with surface tension or like force distribution problem. But guess what? There's comic precedent. He has it's a bioelectric aura that creates a tactile telekinesis force field. It's canon. But I love that there is a limit, and rather than go into the foot, he's pushed into the ground. The scared look on the girl's face that changes to excitement when he bursts out of the ground showcases one of my favorite things about this Superman. I agree with David Corenswet that the bright colors with red trunks make Soup so much less intimidating, a thing he doesn't really need to be. And it's clear from this scene that the kids love him even though he's a nearly invincible alien. Even his yellow emblem makes him come off warmer. More visual exposition of a guy chilling eating his yogurt while insanity rages outside. Metropolis is used to it.
Everybody okay?
Gosh, he's obsessive about his 0 body count, no major injuries record, huh? Hope he never has to make any kinds of choices that go against that desire.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Say what you will, this is a very simple way of showing us that Superman wants all the danger focused on him rather than anyone else. That was a cannonball. You get the feeling he could have sliced right through, but killing isn't his goal.
Trying to figure out a way to get it out of here alive. Get it someplace where we can study it.
Oh, come on, man.
Everyone thinks Soups is too much of a Boy Scout. Remember when people were like, this is how Gunn shoots women and this is how Snyder shoots women, and yeah, dang, they really uggoed up Isabella Merced. Don't even want to look at her weak, boring uggo. Okay, so maybe the statement is that people are too comfortable because that's Yogurt Guy getting an entire body full of glass and this girl was 20 feet from a giant monster kicking sand. Still a dope slow-mo save. This is exactly what Guy would do. And each of his solutions is actually great. Oven mitts, a muzzle. Guy Gardner is a special lantern. And exactly what this Soups would do. He's nothing if not consistent. Great guy, Ron. Simple to the point.
At least euthanize it less painfully.
Come on, bro. Don't be such a wuss.
The choice to make the first Green Lantern in the new DCU, Guy Gardner, is incredible. He sucks so much, and I love it. And Nathan Fillion nails his suckiness. My hope is that eventually every cast member of the state ends up in the DCU.
Lord over the planet as the last son of Krypton.
Take as many wives as you can.
Rule without mercy.
My bet, James Gunn had this idea in his back pocket for the last 3 decades, but that won't stop people from saying he just did the... shoot, I can't talk about it without spoiling it. That other thing with the guy who does all the stuff. He also has a son. Also, between starting the movie with him injured and now knocking him down in the public's eyes, this might be the most brutal opening to a Supes universe. See, at the end of the day, Guy's a good guy. Guy.
It's gotta be doctored.
No way, Clark. I'm so sorry, man. But there's no way that message is fake.
Fills me with the warm fuzzies that the smartest guy in the room still clearly trusts Supes, sympathizing with his crappy news and day, and even dropping his human name almost like an olive branch. At some point, we crossed a line where moments like this stopped being cringy because they were so fake and unbelievable, and instead, they're cringy because we've now all seen full-grown adults lavish ridiculous praise on leaders, and it hits too close to home.
Oh, my wallet.
Right? Yeah. Been thinking of opening one in my half of Hmph.
Again, it's funny, you see, because of the lack of real-world correlations. No one has ever privately floated owning part of a country after invading it. They do it publicly. Ease up on the Zin tuck. Wait, is that Mr. Handsome? That is Mr. Handsome.
Where's the dog?
Never have I identified with or loved Superman more.
Ugly dog in a cape.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Possibly one of the most Weasley yet intelligent things Lex has ever done, since public perception of Supes is one of his main goals, and he just made the Man of Steel look insane.
Makes this declaration he's against killing people unless it's absolutely necessary.
Character continuity.
Heroes in the magazines are obsessed with me, because I'm more jacked than they are.
But that's just facts.
Coco.
You would be a Coco guy. So wholesome. I love this rack focus to the dimensional imp as Lois looks over at the fight.
I was just some punk rock kid from Baker Line, and you're Superman.
I'm punk rock.
You are not punk rock.
I like the Mighty Crabjoys.
The Mighty Crabjoys suck.
Okay, well, a lot of people love them.
Which is often the opposite of what punk rock is, but don't feel shame, Clark. Not for 1 second. Liking things is more fun than not liking things. Also, the soundtrack has an actual Mighty Crabjoys song, which was co-written by Eric Nally of Foxy Shazam, the band that was all up in Peacemaker Season 2.
You trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is, like, beautiful.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
And at this point, yeah, I'd agree.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and he's not even a very good one.
It's so true, but goodness, Lois. Why do you want people to hate you? People like dogs more than people. Catch up. Gorgeous backdrop to their love.
Therefore, at this point, Superman, you don't have any rights to read.
Well, that seems pretty unfair and messed up, huh? Anyway, moving on. Metamorpho's design. They didn't hold back or try to, what would this look like in the real world? They just went for it. Nah. At this point, I'd prefer this to whatever the reality is, although isn't Twitter confirmed to be like 40% bots at this point? I'd rather have monkeys.
There are a few things I hate more than petty ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, because imprisoning someone in a pocket universe for a bad blog post is the picture of magnanimity. I'll get there. Magnanimity. That still sounds wrong.
Magnanimity.
No, that was right. Magnanimity. Also, I think part of why Lex hates Supes so much is that he knows that if he had those powers, he'd be Homelander.
I just know that if I could get some real dirt on him, then maybe the two of us could
be together again?
Yeah. My guy is dying. The real hero of the film. The world's wingman.
But you said my toes look like someone spilled shrimp cocktail on the floor.
Gosh, that's graphic, I think. I mean, I've heard that line so many times now, and every time I try my best to picture it, and I just don't get it. It's either extremely disturbing or... No, actually, that's it. I genuinely believe this is the best he can do. The joke is how obviously out of his league she is, but sometimes it's just impossible to fake it. That's a step up from the usual way kryptonite affects Superman, at least on screen. In case you were curious, it's been 3 days since the start of the movie. Ha, 3.
How do you even know Superman anyway?
I just do.
So you know about the hypnoglasses. Right. They make his face look different in your brain?
This isn't show don't tell because Guy is telling us the exposition, but since it's done through this comedic framing where everyone on screen already knows, it's an inventive way of expositing. Is this a meme yet? This should be a meme for like when someone asks where's the beef.
You put nanobot GPS trackers in your friend's bloodstream?
Oh, I do that to everybody.
So, okay, come on, let's go to...
I love how slowly Guy and Hawkgirl put it together, and it's incredible that this is the first time he's mentioned them.
I'm 2 seconds away from forming a giant hammer and beating you both to death.
They bust his chops, but that's the smirk of a true friend.
That haircut should be against your vows.
That what? That what should be what?
Favorite line of the movie. He heard her, he's just appalled.
You have a flying saucer, but you couldn't get a faster garage door?
The camera actually tilts up faster than the door.
Luthor.
Don't tell him nothing, Superman. I have no family or nothing.
Luthor, don't do this.
Goodness, saying you have no family is supposed to be a reason your death won't matter, but instead it crushes my soul in a way I didn't know it could be crushed. Still, Molly telling Superman not to snitch is an all-time badass move. Badass good guy.
Don't tell him nothing.
That was a loud shot.
I didn't imagine that would go so quickly.
And the fact that Lex actually does this himself both shows that he's willing to get his hands dirty and also is nuts. And as awful as this is, it's another genius tactic by Lex. If everyone who has ever even talked to Supes is dead, who's gonna help him? Who's ever gonna support him?
Maybe that reporter you always do interviews with. Maybe I'll kill Clark Kent next.
The split second of pure terror since the last interview he did was with Lois, but Lex is smart, just not that smart. If there's one way that James Gunn always shows his hand, it's by playing a song I personally love at the beginning of a scene I know will knock my socks off.
That's his path. DNA trail leads to that tent.
Awesome/terrifying technology. A minute-long oneer from the inside of the shield bubble of Lois being blown away by Terrific. This is classic Gunn fun. The guard shooting at the shield, Mr. Terrific wrecking everyone, including the scientists, Raptors getting tossed against the shield. We also get to see the T-spheres in action. Also very much love that they dismiss Mr. Terrific as
Just a smart one.
and then he immediately lays out an armored Raptor soldier with the haymaker. Also, Noah and the Whale's 5 years' time is both diegetic and non-diegetic, as it's clearly playing on the Luthor Corp speaker, but kicks into soundtrack mode to envelop us during the fight and then back to the speaker when Terrific closes the bubble. And everyone seems to be mostly alive.
When creating a pocket universe, if you are just 1 picometer off, you will have a black hole where Earth used to be.
A picometer is 1/1,000,000th of a meter, so needless to say, precision is key to pocket universes. Universi?
So I guess you decided to help.
Only because it'll piss off Green Lantern.
Motivation. Somehow even the kryptonite going away makes me queasy.
Why are you still gross looking?
NoHo Hank spares no one's feelings.
Whoa. An anti-proton river.
Yeah, obviously, it's a pocket universe. I thought this guy was smart.
Circles.
What?
T-spheres.
Okay.
They're three-dimensional. Circles are flat.
Still, Mr. Terrific is easily the coolest character in the film.
Hell yeah.
But I love that under it all, he's still a nerd with his borderline emotional response to Lois misidentifying shapes. And it's not that he's mad she was wrong, he's insulted.
I can't make a sun.
I know.
I can only make something kind of like a sun.
What?
The sheepish, I know. Also, Metamorpho can feel like a walking MacGuffin because his power set is so intense. But Anthony Carrigan's performance has enough depth that you don't really get stuck on, well, if he can blank, then why can't he blank type questions. He's just a very sad, very powerful guy. Everyone has their feelings about James Gunn, but it's 8-second sequences like this that get me falling in love with him and his DP, Henry Braham, all over again. A well-paced push in on Soup's silhouette as he heals, and then a list to the side and pull out as if to avoid the broken glass and make way for his escape. That little half-moon slide. Oh, he missed his buddy, still not even a very good one.
Oh, you look like
I'm fine.
Honesty. And I know we're all well acquainted with anti-proton rivers, but this visualization of a rolling and rushing liquid mass made entirely of solids? Beautiful.
What are you gonna do? Splash us?
yes, with fluoroantimonic acid.
Fluoroantimonic acid is the strongest superacid in existence, so yeah, this would suck. I do wonder how hard it is to retrieve his essence after an attack like that. It seems fine. Doggo gonna doggo. Is doggo millennial speak? Don't care. If he borks, I boop him on his heckin' snoot. Probably obvious, but Soup's keeping baby Joey out of the tear you apart in seconds river is a win. He's just flying around. It's really like a prance fly.
Stop it! Krypto, help us out!
Realism. What a wonderfully bizarre and beautiful thing you've created. Goodness, the theme never doesn't hit so hard.
Man, you are so weird.
Pot, kettle, etc. But Superman Super Breath is one of those weird but comic-accurate powers I always forget about, and yeah, it's weird to have blows pretty hard on your abilities list.
Do you have them?
Them, Superman, the mean dog in a cape, a weird baby, and a squiggle man.
What?
Accuracy. The design of the portal slowly creeping in on them has just a shade of Gunn's horror roots showing through. That to say, I don't care for how it makes me feel. I know I keep saying it, but Krypto's dogness is the best. Mine loves the captain's seat as well.
Eve! Get out of here, you idiot!
Who would have thought the guy who just shot someone in the head at point-blank range would also be abusive to his employees and his situationship? It's kind of funny, though. Ultraman here. Ultraman narc.
I'm Martha. This is John.
Love that her son being clearly injured won't get in the way of Martha being polite. Krypto doing zoomies in the background. I mean, they look pretty punk. What, is Good Charlotte not punk now? I'm sorry, it's just a joke. Pull the pieces of your exploded skull back together. Also, I can like Good Charlotte without them being punk. Pa's crying definitely doesn't get me crying, so nothing to worry about here. Oh my God.
I'm not really sure that sexy selfies are...
You can stop right there, Lois, because they're always great. You keep doing you, sexy selfie takers. The tail. Best boy. Dog and cow. That's it. That's the win.
That Luann, she seems nice.
Lois. Her name's Lois.
Dodged a bullet by not calling her Lana. No reason to open old wounds.
What you wanted that message to mean says a whole lot more about you than what anyone meant for it to mean.
Boom, Jonathan Kent.
Parents aren't for telling their children who they're supposed to be.
Incredible line. Parents and kids both need to hear it.
Your choices, Clark. Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Pruitt Taylor Vince's take on Jonathan Kent is fantastic. His performance is perfect. He's awkward, he's a softie, he avoids eye contact until the last moment, even if his rapid eye movement always brings me back to Identity and I start getting scared of him. Guy eating Fruity Pebbles and chugging some milk in his full getup in public feels so on point. Look, man, I appreciate that you're getting in on the chant, but goodness gracious, can we stay on time? Dang, that's a lot of cinder blocks as weapons in the crowd. Eric Nally of Foxy Shazam being helped into the car, and earlier while I was yapping if you were like, whoa there, extra, extra, this is also Eric Nally from Foxy Shazam.
Juanita, can you put Persephone on the phone? Yes, she will care. Cats know the sound of your voice.
I know I'm a sucker for laughing, but the pan and delivery is just too good.
In the backgrounds are maps, contracts chronicling Baravia's agreement to cede half of the country to Lex Luthor once the invasion is complete.
Look, I love that Eve's plan worked and that everyone wrote her off as a dumb blonde, and instead she's the one to uncover the whole plot, basically all as an insurance policy in case Lex ever turned on her, which he did. But selfies lying on signed documents is hilarious.
You got that flying saucer deal up on the roof?
Yep.
How many does it hold?
5 or 6. 6.
Okay. Lombard, you too.
Detective Bunk Moreland really letting Lombard know where he stands.
Call me Perry, kid. Post the story, fast.
Aw, that smile. I'm starting to get it now. Ladies, I need to know, can Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen get it?
Buckle up, kids.
Why don't I have a seat?
Jimmy, will you transfer?
No, I'm just in a giggly mood. It's funny, I don't think much about how my brain would explode if I saw something flying around with a cape and a super dog, but I know for a fact if I saw weird, dark, teal, purpley polygons spreading across everything while the world split in half, it's applesauce brain for me. What a perfect image. Oh, you don't have a lifeboat? Get wrecked, plebeian. Lex probably didn't foresee Metropolis being bisected, but did foresee a time when he might need to bolt with his crew.
Not sure where we're gonna land when the world is gone.
Oh no, the leopards, my face, etc. Either way, great line. The little shared play pretend we all do as audience members is something special. Nobody watching thought we were gonna see her get smushed by a building, but the building falling was still terrifying and full of tension. I've heard it called the audience story pact or the writer-reader pact. I call it collective psychosis, and I love it. Heck yeah, killer shot, and with the theme? In my Tron Legacy Redux, I said I didn't really want to be a grid god like Kevin Flynn, but dang it if I wouldn't enjoy being this dude.
Just give me a minute, I'll get Krypto and we'll go.
You brought that dog, man.
Didn't want him killing my parents' cows.
To be clear, Krypto obviously likes the cows, but he plays rough. One tug of war and the cow's gonna look like a Cannibal Corpse cover. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Stop it. Stop Google. Don't. I said don't.
It's not too late for either of you.
Fight A.
You don't have to do what Luthor.
Arguing with someone who wants you dead or refuses to acknowledge your humanity really only works if you're Superman. He knows that overall he'll probably win, and so for him, beating Engineer into submission doesn't have to be plan A. Now that's using your head or her head. That did not just happen to my Superman. Now you must die, Ultra Loser. Ha, got him. I don't know if this specific thing was ever done to Supes in the comics, but it feels like something from the comics. Superman is always unbeatable until he isn't. There's always something nobody else has thought of that almost takes our guy out. Usually he gets out of it, which is why he's Superman. Also, nope. Dang, that face. Takes some massive skill to make me hate his stupid, smug face on an otherwise beautiful man. Love an inventive camera spin. Love an inventive camera spin.
Won't be able to sustain the impact at this speed!
Definitely quick thinking, but I'll also give him a Hail Mary win because dang, he was cooked. Again, screw your horror roots, Gunn. It's awful on so many levels. You know how when a popcorn kernel shell gets stuck in your throat, or like you breathe a single drop of your own spit and then think you might die for the next 15 minutes? Yeah. Did we all kinda guess? Yeah. Did it make it any less cool? No. Also, just me, or is he so cavalcoded?
All it took was combing the aftermath of your battles until I located a strand of your hair.
Basically the plot of Superman 4, and he's not Ultraman, he's Nuclear Man.
Sorry, kid.
Superman couldn't make it, so you got an upgrade.
Now that's an entrance. Guy's nonchalant as he just waves all the tanks away, and then the cherry on top, the giant green middle fingers. Obviously, this was the coolest thing Jude had ever seen. That is awesome. Oh, that tank driver is definitely dead. So terrifying, so badass. Also, in case my sarcasm earlier was unclear, a drop-dead gorgeous woman being filmed in an inventive and intimidating way doesn't like magically cancel out her beauty in the rest of her scenes, if that was even the point. Wait, what was their oh, never mind.
I'm not like Superman.
Badass good girl. We'll call it a match cut.
You're driven by envy. You couldn't be more obvious.
I'm not dim. I'm aware envy consumes my every waking moment.
Honesty, I actually really like this choice. He's not only aware of it, he embraces it.
But at least Galileo did something. He wasn't some dopey Venusian.
That's the second time he's tried to mock Supes by implying he's from our solar system.
Because his strength illuminates how weak we all really are.
And this entire envy monologue is pitch perfect because it's not technically incorrect. He's just coming to the wrong conclusions about this Venusian. You couldn't have convinced me that Lex Luthor repeating a letter-number combo over and over could work to establish his character and get his point across, and yet, here's Holt holding nothing back.
Oh, what are you smirking at, you idiot?
Brain beats brawn. Sorry, chum.
Ha, got him with the callback, but he's still being polite to Ultraman. Good dog.
Krypto, get the toy.
His little head movements are the most realistic part of this film.
Bravo down! Bravo down! I just said that, Harry!
There's gotta be a whole side story about why Dean hates Larry so much, and I feel we need to see it.
I'm inside Choco's, Larry. No fatalities.
Can't win them all.
Go on, White.
Bro, focus on the engineer.
I'm on the alien, Larry.
Maintain LOS.
Yes, no Larry.
Hurry! Bravo down! Bravo down! I just said that, Harry!
Kill him! Good luck with that.
We love a sassy, pissed off Superman. Brutal. Love anytime Supes gets to flex a little. Yep. And again, Raptor's mostly alive-ish. This sequence happens so fast. The dislocation is so visceral, but then flipping Ultraman with that shoulder? Ugh. I mean, I kinda get it. I sprained a finger once and then had to lift a whole sandwich to my face, so same, Supes, same. Whoops, I guess clones don't matter for your spotless body count. JK, I'm sure Bizarro's fine on Salvation. Expectation subversion. Definitely thought there was gonna be a blood-curdling scream here. Instead, we got an ah.
It's gonna reach Baker Line any minute. There are people there.
Yeah, like Jimmy's family.
Max, I'm closing the frickin' rift.
No, they chose him. Let them die.
Again, the blog was petty. Lex is the embodiment of magnanimity. Nailed it! Aw, they're buddies now. Goodness, how does one become that smooth?
I can help. I don't need your help. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific.
Just to have an ounce of his confidence.
Piece of shit. Alien!
That is where you've always been wrong about me, Lex. I'm as human as anyone. I wake up every morning, and despite not knowing what to do, I try to make the best choices I can. I screw up all the time. But that is being human, and that's my greatest strength.
After Lex's envy speech, you'd think it would be hard to outdo him, but what's interesting to me is that Superman doesn't try to outdo or undo Lex's monologue. He adds to it by saying they're the same. You feel envy? Great, me too, and anger and sadness that you keep denying my humanity. Supes is also an imperfect human. Even his raw emotion here is what makes him human. This whole movie, he's been the upbeat guy. He's trying to create a certain persona, a particular image. Like I said earlier, even his costume is part of that. In this moment, it's like it snaps into place for him that being human is actually not always keeping up that perfect facade. And Lex's intentions aside, the reveal that Kal-El's parents wanted him to rule Earth only solidifies his humanity and makes his goodness even more impressive, because he's choosing to be good. He thought he was destined for it.
They sent me here to serve humanity and to help the world to be a better place.
Instead, he's gotta do it. Also, let's not devalue the feathers in Ma and Pa Kent's caps.
The government gave me the authority to kill you. If not today, then tomorrow.
Now that's a good dog. Don't put hands on Supes unless you want the teeth. Puny god. Also comeuppance. It honestly wouldn't be as satisfying to see Supes toss him around, and he'd never do it anyway. Krypto though? Yeah. The did I do good face?
Dude.
And when you talk to dogs like they're human, that's when you know you're a dog parent.
Lex Luthor has been working covertly with Vasil Gurkos to overthrow the country of Hmph.
And it's always good when it takes a team effort. Supes punched his way out of the worst of it.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
But Terrific closed the rift, and Lois and Jimmy are the ones sinking Lex.
Seems like the one thing conservatives and liberals can finally agree on is that Lex Luthor sucks.
Sean Gunn is Maxwell Lord cameo. You almost feel sympathy seeing Lex cry until you start really thinking about it, and sure, there's definitely a bit of world stage embarrassment, but he's also emotional because he got bested. His intellect couldn't overcome this team, because brain does often beat brawn, but motivation matters, and if your only motivation is killing a dude, you're gonna miss some stuff. And this moment makes him more human, which is a bold decision for the big baddie.
Justice Gang? That's a cool name.
They're in.
Never change, guy. See, he wouldn't hurt a fly. On purpose.
Now we can be together forever.
I'm happy he smiles. Yes, he used her to save the world, but I'm interpreting this look as, hey, I'll give this another shot, because yes, I am romance-pilled.
I thought I might give you an interview. I could fill you in on all the behind the scenes.
He's such a dork. I bet you'll Phil DeFranco her in. Love.
Hey, I love you too.
How long have they been hooking up?
About 3 months, I think.
He's known all along. I guess he is an investigative journalist. Glad he's getting his own show. Hey, more threes! Also, the literal superhero in the film used his human costume to write a story about who he considered the true hero rather than interview himself again. And in the end, Molly did have a family who will remember him.
Maybe one day you'll give me a name.
Four's a name.
So is Gary.
Why did you move the door?
I didn't move the door.
Cousins, am I right?
Hey, where is my dog?
Okay, well, this is why he has behavioral issues.
No boundaries.
It does explain everything. Also, the sound when he hits her is incredible. On a human, that would be the sound of someone's chest caving in.
Thanks for watching him, bitch!
Young Rhaenyra Targaryen in just this sliver of a scene has got me unbelievably excited for the Supergirl movie. Take my money.
Yeah, Gary. That'd be nice.
Aw, our guy listens, immediately calling him Gary.
Would you like to see the footage of your parents? He finds it soothing.
Oh.
Everything you see it for the first time.
Wrecked me in the theaters, wrecks me every time I watch it now. How dare you pull the soothing parents footage rug I 100% saw coming the first time, and yet it still makes my eyes burn and my throat ache. 'Cause I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. You get it?
You trust everyone and think everyone you've ever met is, like, beautiful.
Maybe that's the real punk rock.
He is a punk rocker, yes he is. Also Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears featuring Iggy Pop is a certified jam. Top 10 happiest closings to a movie I've ever felt. This time the footage of his parents does soothe him. You kidding me with these adorable cuties?
Just say our name, boy. It's the mighty crab joy.
I don't know, I won't pass judgment. We all know working your name into your song is always a good sign.
It's just a little off.
What do you want me to do?
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out. I shouldn't have brought it up. Darn it, I can be such a jerk sometimes.
We all know a guy like this. And hey, thanks to you all for being so nice in the comments and never pointing out my mistakes. You're the best. You know how you start a movie and you think, dang, this is gonna make for a long video, but you don't get discouraged, instead you get excited? Of course you do, because you're me. It's not always that way, but for Superman it was. And then, even getting started, there was no point where I was stressed out or bored or racking my brain for wins, really. I love a fun movie. We love a fun movie since we're the same. A fun, heartwarming, action-packed, pretty movie. And I know not everyone agreed with us for whatever reason. For me, Henry Cavill is still the most believable Superman. And Geralt of Rivia while we're at it. I'm not sure how to phrase that correctly, but he's carved from granite, so his portrayal in the more realism-based Supes movie really worked. David Corenswet is obviously no twig, but he comes off more like a regular guy, which also works for this universe where his strength doesn't come from his size or muscles. My point is that I love them both, but I'm extremely excited to see more of this universe. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, wow, that is so many characters. And yet the movie doesn't feel that way at all. It never feels bloated or confusing or overpacked for the sake of more. It feels right. Everyone fits into their little roles perfectly, right down to Lex Luthor's girlfriend. Obviously, more Hawkgirl, please. She rocks. Is she a murderer? I didn't see nothing. And if you enjoy morally gray people doing things, we're now less than 1 week away from the dinner plan. Patrick Williams' brand new film that I'm so very excited about. When he's pressured into attending a dinner party hosted by his boss, a man who suffers from a rare food allergy must navigate the most stressful night of his life with one primary objective: just don't throw up in front of everyone. It has a bunch of faces you'll recognize, like Mothman from The Tick, Diana Trout from Younger, Dylan from Severance, and my favorite part is that I know someone is yelling at me right now through the screen. How are you ignoring fill in the blank? Exactly. You know them all, and you can watch the trailer right now. November 26th is the release date only on Nebula. If you sign up with my link, you can get 40% off an annual plan, and starting this week, new Nebula accounts get 3 days of free trials to get a taste of everything we have on there. Or just grab yourself lifetime access, which is $500 for everyone else, but $300 for you, my extra special fans. And since you're my fans, you'll want to check out all my exclusive videos on Nebula, of which the catalog is growing, as well as every video I've ever made, even the ones I've tried to erase from existence, ad-free, uncensored, and often a few days to sometimes a full month early. And while I personally think that alone is worth the subscription, Nebula is also home to more and more amazing films and thoughtful videos by tons of amazing creators. The dinner plan is really just the beginning of everything we offer, so follow my link on screen or just click this box to get 40% off Nebula. It's just $36 a year or $3 a month at go.nebula.tv/CinemaWins.
$375 million question.
Have you found out where they're holding Superman?
No one in the government will say.
That's way too much sugar, Lois.